I started and monetized my channel in just 5 months, but if I knew what I do today, it would have been so much easier. So to save you time and help you grow your channel, here are 10 things that I wish I knew before I started on YouTube. I used to chase subscribers thinking that was how a channel grew quickly. I thought that more subscribers meant more views until one day I got 17,000 views on a video with just 300 subscribers. That was when I realized I didn't need more subscribers. I needed to make better videos by focusing on 3 key areas: click-through rate, watch time, and engagement, because they are all that matter. When you get all 3 right, YouTube is going to push your videos out to more and more people, regardless of how many subscribers you've got. And that is exactly how small channels can blow up quickly. So what do successful creators do differently? Well, they focus on 3 key pillars. They make videos that people actually want to watch, not just what they want to make. They craft titles and thumbnails that make people click, and they understand their audience and deliver real value. Everything else is just busy work. But even more importantly, the second thing that I wish I knew before I started my channel was locking in a winning mindset. If you're anything like me when I started, you'll look at bigger channels and think, well, if I just do what they do, then I'm going to see the same results. And that is a huge mistake, because it's like trying to run a marathon before you can even walk. When you look at a bigger channel, you're seeing a fully grown tree, but you're not seeing the years that it took to develop its roots. I had to learn the hard way that YouTube takes months and years of planning, learning, and failing before you ever get where you need to be, all while dealing with low views and self-doubt. But when you lock in and put in the work that you need to, one day you're going to look back and see exactly how far you've come. And trust me, it will completely change your life as long as you keep going. But it does take time, and most people just aren't prepared for that. Now, the third thing that I wish I knew before I started my channel is a mistake that most people make. Because I remember starting my channel at zero with absolutely no idea what I was doing. And in that position, out of desperation, it's really easy to tell your friends and family, or even share your videos on social media just to try and get a few views. And it's a really bad idea for 2 reasons. Firstly, YouTube is hard enough without knowing that your friends and family are watching your videos. It's just extra pressure that we don't need as content creators. But most importantly, your friends and family most likely are not your target audience. They might watch your video and hit the like button, but when YouTube pushes your next video out to them, they're most likely not going to watch it. And that will kill your video before it's ever had a chance. You're also just going to confuse the algorithm as to who your target audience actually is. And YouTube is going to struggle to find your real audience. Instead, you're going to want to let YouTube do what YouTube does best and find your audience for you, because that is how your channel is going to grow organically. I know it's difficult in the beginning, but trust me, there are no shortcuts. The fourth thing that I wish I knew before I started my channel is just how important packaging really is. In many ways, it's even more important than the video itself, because if people don't click, then people aren't watching. See, every video starts with an idea, and it's your job to sell that idea to your viewer with your title and your thumbnail. I used to make my videos first and then come up with the title and the thumbnail afterwards, which was a huge mistake. All the best creators, they start with the title and thumbnail first, and now I know why. Because when you choose your packaging up front, you're forced to confront the strength of your idea before you ever start filming. And once you've got a strong title that sparks curiosity, you can then tailor your introduction to hook the viewer and make sure people keep watching. Because if you can't get people to click on and keep watching your video, then that video is just going to die, and it's going to ruin your channel's chances. Don't get me wrong, I know how difficult this is, especially when you're new. It used to take me hours to work out what videos to make, and even longer to make my thumbnails. But now there's a tool that has saved me hours, and it even helped me get 60,000 views on this video. It's called 1 of 10, and it's a tool built specifically to help you find viral video ideas, generate titles, and make thumbnails that make people click. And the best part is it's really easy to use, and it's helped thousands of people grow their channels. Very quickly, this is how it works. Once you've connected your channel, it's going to analyze your content and other creators in your niche to find out what's working on YouTube right now. So instead of guessing, you know exactly what videos to make. Then you can search for outliers in your niche, videos that are going viral right now. You can then use it to generate titles and create professional looking thumbnails. And it all takes less than a minute. Once you're done, you can download the thumbnail and then get to work on the video, knowing that it's got a really good chance of being successful. And now I don't make a single video without checking 1 of 10 first. If you want to try it for yourself, the link in my description will give you access to 1 of 10 for just $1, so you've got nothing to lose. And thanks to 1 of 10 for sponsoring this video. Now, the fifth thing that I wish I knew before I started my channel was really difficult for me to wrap my head around. I remember sitting down one day and coming up with what I thought was the best video idea yet, forgetting the one thing that actually matters on YouTube: you, the viewer. See, when I stopped making videos that I wanted to make, prioritized my audience, and validated my ideas with 1 of 10, I started to make videos that people actually wanted to watch, and my channel took off. Because the truth is, YouTube isn't about you. It's about the person behind the glass watching your content. And when you realize that, everything is going to change. The next thing that I learned a little bit too late was that it's okay to be different. I was sitting at about 200 subscribers one day when I thought to myself, well, I'm going to try something a bit stupid. I ordered a lab coat from Amazon and I played the part of the YouTube Studio app, harassing myself with notifications, chasing myself around my back garden. Everyone thought that I'd gone mad, including myself, and my neighbours, well, I had to hide from them because I looked like a weirdo. But that little experiment really paid off and it blew up my channel at the time. And what I learned was never be afraid to try something different, because you never know when it's going to work out. Being unique on YouTube is often the best way to stand out and get noticed. So the next thing that I wish I knew before I started my channel did take me a little bit of time to work out. But I'm really glad that I did, because it completely changed my content. See, on YouTube, you're fighting for attention from the very first second. And when somebody clicks on your video, you haven't got very long at all to convince them that they're in the right place. You instantly have to prove that your video is worth their time. That's why writing an effective intro is so important. And it's something that I wish I knew sooner. You need to learn how to validate the user's click, spark curiosity, and keep people watching. When you do that, YouTube is going to notice and it's going to push your videos out to more and more people. So don't overlook it like I did. And the next thing that I wish I knew would have saved me so much time and stress that I just didn't need. Like most people, my first videos were terrible. After a few months, I looked back at them cringing and I decided that I was just going to delete them entirely. I now realize that was a mistake, and your first videos being bad is completely normal. To be honest, they're supposed to be, because there is no getting around the fact that it takes real time to build the skills that you need to create good content. So if you've got a cringe video, don't delete it like I did, because it's not embarrassing. It's just proof of how far you've come as a creator. And you never know when those early videos are going to get traction. So many people look back at where a bigger channel started, and often their first videos are actually their most viewed, because people are interested to see just how far they've come. So be proud of the progress that you've made and just keep looking forward. The ninth thing is something you're going to need to work out really quickly. In 1 year, I've seen so many people start and quit their channels. The truth is, it does take a lot of work, and in the beginning, you're not going to see the results that you want. And if you aren't crystal clear on the reason that you're here in the first place, you're not going to have the motivation to keep going when things feel difficult. It's knowing exactly why I'm doing this that got me through all of them weeks of low views and self-doubt that everyone has to deal with as a new YouTuber. And now, 1 year later, I am so glad that I didn't quit. So you need to remember the reason that you're here in the first place. Understand that YouTube can completely change your life if you give it a chance. And the next thing, well, it completely changed my mindset and how I view progress. Imagine if you started a new job and your boss expected perfection on day one. Or somebody handed you the keys to a car and expected you to drive it without crashing. Well, it's just not going to happen, is it? On YouTube, it's really easy to forget that it takes a serious amount of time to get good at it. I remember beating myself up when progress felt painfully slow, or even getting angry with myself for making mistakes. I was completely forgetting what all big channels have in common. They think in years, not weeks or even months. Today, we're programmed for instant wins and quick results, but YouTube just doesn't work that way, and it's taught me to have a lot of patience that I didn't have before. It's a true test of character, and when you switch to a long-term mindset, suddenly 1 week or even 2 weeks of low views really doesn't matter. My last couple of videos really didn't do very well at all, but it doesn't matter to me because I know my vision and I know that things will improve. So if you have a bad week or a video flops, just keep looking forward and remember why you're doing this. If you remember these lessons, it's going to help you succeed long term, especially when things get difficult. But most people are still making the same mistakes after they upload a video. So in this next video, I reveal 9 things that you should never do after you've uploaded to YouTube. So watch that next and I'll see you over there. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like button because it really helps my channel out. Thanks for watching and good luck.